So, folks, you know, if I'm coming today, I'm coming about a new nonprofit that started. That's about to get started. We work with nonprofits from around the nation. I want to apologize for the technical difficulties because if you're looking at me, it's like I'm not clear. So I apologize for that. But y'all all know what I look like. But you don't know who my guest is going to, what she looks like. She's coming out of Baltimore, Maryland. As you know, I'm from Baltimore. I lived in Baltimore 45 years before I moved to Tampa. I'm 68 now, so that was a minute back. But I work with nonprofits from around the country in terms of providing them with the skill sets necessary to take them to the next level. As you know, one of my passions has to do with the senseless killing that's going on specifically in the Black community. But nobody can share that story other than the person that has felt that particular pain. So y'all know I talk all day. So I'm going to shift it over to our guest. I want our guest to talk about her name, the name of her organization, where she's located, and why did she start the nonprofit that she's about to get started.
Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Kewanna Perry. I am located in Baltimore, Maryland. I started my nonprofit back in May of 2023 due to my own grief. I lost my son, Tyrone, in 2019 from gun violence. Um, and that changed my life. It changed my life completely. But due to that incident that happened to my son, I also lost my nephew 6 months later. So my sister and I got together and we collaborated on helping other mothers in the city because we were hurting so bad and was in so much pain due to losing our children that we wanted to get together and kind of find out what we can do to help other mothers in this situation. So we started on May the 7th, 2023. We had a small gathering of moms. We came together, we talked, we cried, but the comfort and love that we were able to give each other helped us tremendously. So with my nonprofit, I want to, have small trips. I would like to just do small catering, um, brunches. Also, we get together, we paint. We even paint our children's names, initials, anything to comfort these mothers. This is what we do. This is what we do.
Baltimore, Baltimore is probably one of the most violent neighborhoods in the nation. At one point, Baltimore was second in terms of the most violent city in the nation. Since then, Baltimore has done has changed those numbers under the new mayor, Mayor Brandon. In fact, Mayor Brandon has been elected for a new term. Just to give some perspective, over the last 2 years, with the um, city's mayor administration, they have reduced violent crime by 20%. But as people would tell you, 20%
It's
is
not
still
enough.
not enough.
That's right.
Baltimore is one of the most promising neighborhoods that we're working with. As you know, we're working with neighborhoods throughout the United States that represent some of the most violent neighborhoods and different strategies that they're being used. Some of the programs that's coming out of Baltimore is Safe Street, for example, that's coming out the mayor's office, and We Are Us. This is two of many organizations that's in Baltimore. This latest organization that we're going to be working with is going to change the whole narrative when it comes to grieving mothers, in terms of working with them to be whole again, in terms of jobs, in terms of being able to psychological, physiologically, and all those things make them whole again. Can you share with us a little bit about Tyrone?
Yes, Tyrone was, wow. He was a comedian, very, very, very loving young man. Um, Everywhere he went, and you know, he was an outside young man. My son, he loved sports, and he just loved his friends, his family. But he was very funny, and you know, sometimes growing up here in Baltimore, you may just be in an area that may have be in a world of trouble, but you may not know it. And what happened, my child went with a friend of his and hung out. I think they were coming from bowling, hung out, and he dropped his friend off. And before you know it, gunfire sprayed all through the whole neighborhood of 41st and Old York Road, killing my son instantly. You know, my thing is, you don't even have to, you know, some people say, you know, oh gosh, this person was a saint. You don't even have to be a person that's good, bad, or whatever they want to stereotype us as. You could be a normal, natural person and standing out here just catching a bus and someone could harm
Because
you.
because guess what? Bullets don't have no
No
name.
names. That's right.
Bullets don't have good, bad, ugly, or whatever. The
That's
only
right.
thing bullets have on them is death. So I wanted to
Exactly.
share with the folks the pain that you're going through so they can
Terrible.
understand that you're starting this nonprofit not on something that you want to do. Because no mother wants to be part of this club here.
At all.
But
At
you
all.
started it because you felt and compelled to make a difference. So no other child will feel this, will have to deal with this killing. But more importantly, that the mothers that are grieving, and every day those numbers are going up,
Right.
they
Every
have
day.
some place to call their safe haven.
Yes.
Question: if somebody wanted to give a donation, and we know your nonprofit is just getting started, do you
Yes.
have an email or a Facebook or a web page that they can contact you at?
Yes. Yes. I am on TikTok, and my name on TikTok is Flowers from Heaven, and that is flowers spelled with a Z, from heaven. And I also have Instagram. I am on Instagram under the same name, Flowers from Heaven. I do not have a Facebook at this time with my organization, but I do have Instagram and TikTok, and that's
Do you
how they
have an
can reach me.
email?
Yes, I do. My email is KP, is my initials, Kewanna, KEWANNA, the number one at gmail.com.
Okay, let's do it again. Let's be really slow. Because
Okay.
you know some of us are slow, right? But
I'm
we
one of
definitely
them.
want to make sure everybody got this email. So
Thank
if
you.
you be so kind, repeat each letter slowly.
Yes. My first letter K is in kite, P is in Paul, Kewanna, K is in kite, E is in elephant, W is in wind, A is in apple, N is in Nancy, N is in Nancy, A is in apple, the number one at gmail.com.
If and we're going to be showing this nationally from around the nation.
Yes.
You haven't gone through the pain that you've gone through, and some mother who's just beginning that pain, share with that mother how what she can do to ease the pain.
I always say to let let your grief come over you. If you have to cry a pillow, cry it. Don't hold it in silence. Silence is the worst thing we can do. That's why I tell my mothers in group, please, I do support calls, call me. I don't care if it's 1 o'clock in the morning. If you have to scream in my ear, whatever it may take. But I do believe the comfort from another mother and the comfort from group really helps us get through. We'll never, never be able to fully heal, but it helps us get through some of our hurt. It really does. So I say, cry, 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 and comfort yourself when you are alone. But at Flowers from Heaven, we do that together because we blossom, as the name Flowers from Heaven, we blossom together.
Recently, there was a 14-year-old killed up at Mondawmin.
Yes, I'm reaching out to his family
Before
now.
that was done, there was another 15 and 13-year-old that got killed in Baltimore. There is a lot of pain that's in Baltimore. In fact, there is a lot of pain that comes from around the nation, especially in Black communities.
Yes,
For those of you, if you want to make a difference, if you want no other parent to feel what this mother feels, I implore you to send a donation. Hit up her email on her social media, but make sure you contact her. Because if you're a mother, you know what it feels like to lose your child. So before we go on the other side to talk more about our business, anything else you want to say before we stop this particular recording?
yes. I just want to say that please don't suffer in silence with your grief. Please find a group. It doesn't have to be mine, but find a church. Find someone that can comfort you and support you, because in grief, you always need a supporter and you always need someone. This pain is terrible, terrible. It's too hard to go through alone. So I advise anyone that is suffering in pain, please find someone to support you and to guide you through this pain. It is not easy.
Now, I know your mayor's doing a lot of good work in Baltimore. You do have a new governor, Governor Moore. What's
Governor
your
Moore.
take on Governor Moore related to the pain that's taking place in Baltimore City? Do you see him as a governor, unlike Governor Hogan, that's going to have some passion for what's
I
going
do, I
on
do,
in the
I do
city
see
of
him with the,
Baltimore?
I'm sorry, I do see him with a little passion. I'm praying that all, not only him, even with Mayor Brandon Scott, I'm praying that they all get a chance to even come out to one of my events, one of the other groups. Sometimes you got to be hands-on and actually see what these moms are going through. That this journey is not easy, and I think participation always is a key. So I welcome to come to my events and look in on me and my moms, because we are suffering. We're suffering. But I would pray that he would be, a consolement and a comfort to all grieving mothers. I
So,
really do.
before we leave, can you repeat your son's name, his whole name, and his age when he left?
Yes, my son, Tyrone Perry, age 25 when he passed, May 31st, 2019.
Thanks.